Welcome to the Geeks Attic. This is a novelization review of Godzilla vs. Kong. The novelization of Godzilla vs. Kong was written by Greg Keyes and published by Titan Books. Thank you, Titan Books, for sending out this copy for me to review. It was based on the screenplay by Eric Pearson and Max Borenstein. The story by Terry Rossio, Michael Dougherty, and Zach Shields. Now let's go ahead and dive into a summary. A few years have passed since the events of Godzilla, King of the Monsters, when the Titans battled over the Earth for dominance. For 3 years, the Titans have gone silent once again. Now that is until something lures Godzilla from the depths of the sea to storm the beaches of Pensacola, Florida. Something in Pensacola awakens the Titan, which causes Godzilla to feel threatened, so he attacks an area of the city which happens to have an Apex cybernetics facility. Now this sudden attack in the city causes people to panic and believe that Godzilla is no longer a friend of mankind. This Apex Cybernetics company, it aims to complete 2 tasks: retrieve a power source from the hollow earth and create a Titan of their own for safety and security, but really it's just a weapon to get whatever they want. Apex funds Monarch to transport Kong from the destroyed Skull Island to Antarctica, where they believe that there is a gateway to the hollow earth. Now they put their faith in Kong to guide them to the center of the earth, where Apex will then attempt to extract the power source they seek. There are a few individuals out there that don't buy into the idea or the reports that Godzilla has become an enemy of mankind. Now, they believe Apex is up to no good, and they will do anything and everything they can to pull the curtain back on Apex Cybernetics to reveal the sinister truth behind the company's walls. Monarch attempts to keep Kong and Godzilla from having a run-in with each other during the time they transport Kong from Skull Island to Antarctica, but the beasts, they sense each other, and then the fight for dominance begins. Now let's talk a little bit about characters. There are many characters in this story. So much more time was spent with these characters that were hardly seen in the film, which is awesome. I'm going to mention 2 of my favorites. First, we have Bernie. He's the host of the Titan Truth Conspiracy podcast. He also works for Apex, which he believes holds dark secrets that tie them into weapons manufacturing that could potentially kill or control the massive Titans, especially Godzilla. Now, his goal is to discover the truth about the company he works for and expose Apex Cybernetics of corporate conspiracy. His initial discovery of the darker side of Apex came about after the death of his wife. The relationship built up between Bernie and another main character, Madison, is both comical and trusting. Now, they have an unspoken understanding of what drives the Titans and fully believe that there is an organization out there willing to cause chaos by destroying or controlling the Titans. Now, Bernie and Madison's journey together was fun to follow, and their curiosity puts them at great risk. Now, the next character that I'm going to talk about is Ren. He's an engineer, tech genius that works for Apex. His father was mostly absent from his life when he was growing up. Now, Ren's father was obsessed with Godzilla, which caused Ren to despise the Titan greatly. Ren knew that his father favored the Titans, especially Godzilla, over his own family, and because of this, Ren vowed that he would one day kill Godzilla, the beast that robbed him of a father and a happy childhood. Now, let's go ahead and get into my overall thoughts. I really enjoyed this novelization. Now, of course, with a novelization like Godzilla vs. Kong, you're not going to get the cool special effects. Of course, you don't get that with any book you read. You don't get the cool visuals, the awesome audio. However, the story is so much more emotional with the addition of character histories and the inner thoughts, making this form of media superior to the film. What I loved most about the novelization is the amount of backstory added to the characters. Now, I was surprised how well Keyes managed to balance out all the characters while adding so much more to them. Such great additions in the book pushed the plot forward so much better and made more sense than how they progressed in the film. Now, the leading characters were great, but the secondary characters were expanded upon in such a wonderful detail that adds so much more emotion to the overall story. Now, we get a lot more with Mark, which was a primary character in Godzilla, King of the Monsters. All the stuff with him in this book, fantastic. Now, the novelization adds quite a bit of new material beyond just that of the characters. There's quite a bit of new action added in the novelization with Titans that weren't even mentioned or seen in the movie. Now, that was surprising, but very welcome. They explained a lot of little missing details that the film left out. A lot of science fiction elements in the story didn't make much sense in the film, but the book elaborates a little bit more on the technology, making the heaves, the vehicles that they use, and other forms of tech more believable and less silly. Greg Keyes does a wonderful job with the dialogue and the descriptions. He even gives us a point of view from the Titans. Now, the action was written out very well, making it easy to visualize the intense Titan fights. The book is a lot of fun, and it has me craving more Titan action with Kong and Godzilla and all the other Titans that are out there. So do I recommend that you read the novelization for Godzilla vs. Kong? Heck yeah, this was fun. I really enjoyed it. It was so much more fun to me than the film was. I mean, of course, you get the cool visuals in the film, but with the story, Godzilla vs. Kong, the novelization, really has some good story. I recommend you read the book over watching the film, or at least read the book before you watch the film. So for the rating, I will give this novelization an A. And that'll do it for this novelization book review. Remember, you can find me at thegeeksaddict.com and across all social media at thegeeksaddict. Have a good one.